Hello students, in today's video we will discuss chapter number 6, that is staffing. Now this is one of the important function of management, and in this chapter we will discuss that what is staffing, what is the importance of staffing, and why staffing is regarded as one of the most important function of management. So let us start. So the first term which arises in front of us, that is what exactly staffing is. So it's given here, it's meaning that staffing means the placing the right person on the right job in the right time. So you know it very well that human resources are one of the most prominent and one of the most primary resource of any kind of organization. You have financial resources, you have any kind of physical resources, but the resources which you need to run all other kind of resources is human resources, that what we say personals, employees or workers. So what is this staffing, or what to which process you can say it is a proper staffing? When you put the right person means who is experienced or who is having the skills, and to put him on the right job means the work according to his skills, or the work according to his interest or according to his trade, and on the right time, whenever we need the person, the time when we need the person the most. If you place the right person on the right job and on the right time, that process is known as proper staffing. So it is an important managerial functions, and it concerned with the obtaining, utilizing and maintaining a satisfactory and satisfied workforce. Now you should look on this word, that satisfactory and satisfied workforce. The worker will the workers will be satisfied, and the employees will be satisfied when you will provide him the job in which he is having skills or is having interest. So moving further, is given here that it is concerned with ensuring business enterprise that it has the right number of people and the right kind of people at the right places. So we already discussed what exactly the things are, and these are the some of the steps of staffing. We will discuss this further. Now the topic is given, what is the importance of staffing. So I think all of you know that what exactly importance of staffing. See, competent and dedicated staff is the most precious asset of an organization. It means I told you already that if you are having any kind of resources, if you are having physical facilities, if you are having financial facilities, but if you are not having the competent workforce, if you are not having the trained workforce, your business will not be effective and efficient. So you need some of the persons, or you need the employees or the personnel who are skilled and who are trained and who are competent. So what is the need and importance of staffing? First one is competent personnel. If you are परफॉर्मिंग द स्टाफिंग फंक्शन, अगर आप स्टाफिंग फंक्शन करते हैं और अपनी कंपनी में या अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में नए लोगों को लाते हैं या अच्छे लोगों को लाते हैं, देन यू विल गेट द पर्सन हु कैन यूज द अदर रिसोर्सेज वेरी एफिशिएंटली एंड वेरी इफेक्टिवली. सो इट हेल्प अस टू फाइंड आउट द कॉम्पिटेंट एम्प्लॉयज फॉर द वेरियस जॉब्स. नाउ next one is higher performance. Okay, see, when you put the right person on the right job, the performance will be higher. Okay, for example, if you put the person who is expert in finance or who is expert in financial management, if you put that person in sales department or marketing management, then he will definitely not able to give the higher performance, and he will not work effectively and efficiently. But if you put the person on the job in which he is skilled for, definitely he will give the higher performance, which is automatically good for the organization. Moving to the next thing, that survival and growth. Yes, this is a very simple one, that for the survival and growth human resources are needed. एक सिंपल से एग्जांपल लेते हैं. सी कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वो बिल्डिंग से बड़ी नहीं होती है. कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होती है वो अपने वर्किंग से या अपनी एफिशिएंसी से मार्केट में जाने जाती है, और ये वर्किंग और एफिशिएंसी और ये परफॉर्मेंस तभी सही होती है जब उसके पास कॉम्पिटेंट वर्कफोर्स होगी. ओके, सो you can also train them, and you can also survive and growth and expand organization if you provide training, and if you look for the development in the human resources, not other resources, most particularly human resources. Okay, and next one is optimum utilization of human resources. Okay, just put the person on the job is not satisfactory thing, or not the complete thing. If you put the person on the right job, it means if you put the person according to his skills, then only he can use the resources properly and efficiently. Okay, and next one is job satisfaction. If the person is having the work of his interest, he will definitely satisfied with the whatever the work he is given in the organization. So here some point is given. Let's revise this. So staffing help in obtaining competent personnel. It's ensure maximum productivity. If you put the right person on the right job, optimum utilization of manpower and resources, improve the job satisfaction and morale of employees, and key of effectiveness of other functions. It means that the various factor of production, manpower is only the factor, the capacity to think, that the word think is given here. See, all other functions, जो भी other बहुत सारे functions है, चाहे organizing है, चाहे वो planning है, they are performed by human resources. So you know, you need to be proper selection, you need the proper training for the manpower and for the human resources, which will lead to the effectiveness of other functions like planning, organizing, directing, controlling, etc. Now these are some of the added a different slide in that is nature and features of staffing. Is same like other function. It is a management function, it is a continuous, and it is concerned with the human resources, and it is concerned with the optimal utilization of resources. So it's not given in NCERT, but I already added a different slide in that. Let's move further. Moving further, the topic is human resources management. So this topic has been removed this year from the CBSE course. So we will move to the next topic, and the topic is steps in staffing process. One of the very important topic, that is steps in staffing process. So what are the various steps which included in the process of staffing? So a flowchart is given here. The first step is the estimating manpower requirement. Then we'll move to the recruitment. After recruitment, selection is a step, and next one is appraisal. That is placement and orientation, and after placement training is provided. After training, there is a performance appraisal or performance comparison, and after that promotion and career planning, and last one is compensating or compensation. So let's discuss it briefly. So first one is manpower planning. So how the manpower planning is done? So okay, these steps are given here. We will discuss it further. The first step is manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement and orientation, training, performance appraisal, promotion, compensation, and these are the steps. Now let us discuss this further. So for the first step in the process of staffing is establishing manpower requirements. So what is manpower requirement? See, the manpower requirement means or establishing manpower requirement or analyzing the manpower requirement, that how much workers or how much employees or how many workers, how many employees, or how many personnel you need in your organization. So this manpower requirements analysis can be done in two ways. The first one is workforce analysis. Workforce analysis means it reveals the number of people available in the organization. Okay, workforce analysis is analysis of the present manpower which is present in which is working in the organization, and workload analysis means it reveals the number of people required. Now how much work load we have and how much people we require to complete that work, and that is known as workload analysis. So you remember these two words, workforce analysis and workload analysis, and they are under the analyzing manpower requirement or establishing manpower requirement. By performing this two, we can estimate the manpower requirement in the organization. Okay, that how much, how many personnel and how many workers we need to complete the task or to complete the various functions in the management or various function in the organization. Now the next step is recruitment. Now recruitment का मतलब होता है भर्ती. इसका मतलब होता है the process of searching of prospective candidates. Okay, by recruitment, a company or the organization asks for the applications for the various jobs, and that is known as recruitment. Okay, recruitment is also known as a positive process, because here no candidate is avoided and no candidate is neglected, because everyone is free to fill the applications, and recruitment is one of the steps which encourage the maximum number of people to apply for the jobs, and jobs in various different departments. Okay, and it can be done from two ways, internal sources and external sources, that we will discuss afterwards. Now in this recruitment, either the company or the organization will put an advertisement in newspaper or at TV or the outside the gate of the organization. After recruitment, there will be selection. Now selection is the process of choosing the best person from the pool of candidates. In recruitment, there are so many applications, there are so many applicants. Now we have to select the best from this applications and best from this various applicants. Now the selection is done by various selection process, various selection test, interview, and other kind of tests which are performed in selection process. So after selection, there is a placement and orientation. Now if once the candidate has been selected, he will be placed on his job. Now placement refers to the posting of the selected employees to the job, and along with the placement there will be orientation. Now orientation is nothing, it's just introducing the selected employees to the working condition and to other employees and other parts of organization. So that is placement and orientation. Now after placement and orientation there will be training and development. So the thing is that training is very much important concept, okay, because it makes people expert in their skills, and it also furnishes their skills to the best. So the training will be the particular training will be provided to the employee, which will increase his attitude, aptitude, skills and abilities, so he can perform the particular job effectively and efficiently, which will be ultimately benefit for the organization. Now after training and development, so development is nothing, development is an increase in the skills and ability, which can be achieved through training only. Now after that there will be performance appraisal. Now performance appraisal means it's nothing but to evaluate or to compare the employee's current past performance as a certain predetermined standard. So it's something like that there's some standards are set before the employees of, or you can say the qualitative standards or the performance standards, and then his present performance or his actual performance will be compared with that particular standards, and on the basis of that his performance is measured. Example is given here that if a sales manager was given a target of 2000 TVE during a month, his performance will be evaluated on the basis at the month. Okay, so the target is 2000 and his present performance will be evaluated on the basis of 2000 TV. That is the standard of the thing. So that is performance appraisal. It means evaluation of the performance. Now after performance, it is a promotion and career planning. Now promotion career planning is nothing, the promotion refers to the shifting from the lower position to upper position, and which is based on the performance of the employee, and which also result in the higher responsibilities, higher pay grades, higher facilities, and it also leads to the career planning, because it consists of the various activities which helps you to grow and expand your career objective. So this is promotion and career planning. And last but not least, that is compensation. Now compensation nothing, it is the all form of incentives and pay or rewards which are given to the employees on the basis of their performance, and which include pay, like wages, salaries and other things, incentives and other benefits. Okay, so this is the complete process of staffing. Okay, so guys, in this video we discussed about the concept of staffing, importance of staffing, and the various steps which are included in the process of staffing. So in next video we will discuss further that what are the various sources of recruitment, about selection and other part of the things. Please go through it and go through the NCERT book and look it further. Thank you very much.